Hello, my name is Prime, and welcome back to another episode of ETS2 Showcases. It has been way too long since I've said that. Great to be back here in Europe, and today we are driving this beautiful Scania 730S with some amazing sound mods, which we'll get to in just a second. From here in Linz, Austria, all the way up to Prague, hauling some fuel in our ownable gas trailer, or I guess I should say fuel tanker trailer, because gas cistern trailers are coming in 1.47, which is one of the things we'll talk about in just a second. But let's get this Scania started up so you can hear these beautiful sound sets. That, my friends, is the sound of JC Amateur sound mods, both the sound effects mod for the truck and, of course, the glorious Scania V8 sound here. I figured, you know what, let's bring it back. I've done it before here on ETS2, but this is just a really nice overall package here. So let's go ahead and get on the road. Hopefully everyone's doing well. I must say, I am so happy to be back here in ETS2, back on the roads of Europe. It's really nice to be back over here running, well, ETS2. I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've actually run ETS2 in the official version of 1.46 until today. That's pretty bad of me to say, but honestly, it's what I can tell, because when I went to load in the save and actually save the game while I was prepping things, I realized the latest save I had was 1.46 beta, not the actual save. So unless if I forgot to actually, well, let's just face it, create a new save, which is a very high possibility here. Unless if I forgot to do that, well, we haven't been here on 1.46, and I've got to remember, I've got to be able to park so I can actually see the lights here, because unlike in America, they're on the front edge here of the road. So I got to keep that in mind. But it's once again, it's nice to be back here in ETS2, and we've got a lot of stuff to talk about here, as ETS2 have had quite a bit of news since I've been able to do an episode on it, and well, similar to ATS, which has had arguably the most news coming out of it, it's nice to have ETS2 kind of back in the spotlight with a few things as well. Mainly the reworks. Well, we are here in Austria, which was home of one of the more recent reworks to ETS2. But we've got Switzerland and we've got Germany on the horizon here in the works, as we've had quite a few blog posts on both parties. And just listen to this sound set here. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Just had to pause there, take in that nice sound set there. We've got lots of reworks happening here on ETS2, which is very good, because we do have some fairly old sections of the map, and I know a lot of people want to see Great Britain happen, or England happen very soon, which, to be honest, I am one of those people. It'd be really nice to have England reworked, and I'm sure that is going to be done very, very soon, but overall it is... Oh, am I actually... Oh yes, I am going around here. A little confused by the GPS. Don't mind me. But no, it's one of those things that ETS2 has quite a bit on the horizon. Of course, we have West Balkans DLC, and we've had numerous blog posts on the border crossings in particular. There's a bunch of border crossings in the West Balkans DLC, and it's going to be really cool to explore that whenever it does release. Obviously, 2023, I think it's going to be a good year for ETS2 as well. We know the Heart of Russia DLC is... It's still saying like coming soon or whatever, but there's no real news on the Heart of Russia DLC. It's unfortunate, because we were so close to having that release before everything popped off in that area of the world. But it's the way it is. ETS2 has had quite a bit of a downtime, I guess you could say, in between major releases for it. And that's where ATS has really kind of stolen the spotlight. And to be honest, between my kind of more busy schedule within the past few months, and then of course, well, the amount of news coming out of ATS, ETS2, in all honesty, kind of got put on the back burner. It's bad of me to say, but it's true. I'm not going to lie. It's the way it is, and I really want that to change. And with this video, hopefully that is the start of that change, and we can kind of just enjoy ETS2 once again. Get back into some of the mods. Obviously, I'm working with some sound mods here, which is a really nice addition to this delivery. And I had to come back to the Scania. I mean, a nice metallic red Scania, some extra lights, and that's something ETS2 has over ATS still. The ability to customize. Man, this guy is slowing down. The speed limit is still 80 kilometers an hour, isn't it? So why in the world did he slow down so much? Man, this sound mod is so good. So good indeed. JC Amateur sound mods are just so good overall. I've used them a ton on the channel, both ATS and, well, a bit here on ETS2 as well, but it's so good. It's so good. I mean, to be honest, it's kind of nice to use the Scania sound set because in American Truck Simulator, we never use it. It's quite self-explanatory, and actually, this is very, very neat. Kind of end of a highway expansion, which is, well, kind of an interesting way for them to end off the highway. Very cool indeed. Very cool indeed. Yes, land of the roundabouts. Here we go. Make sure I don't crash into stuff. I have a long history with roundabouts and being able to mess them up and also crash into AI vehicles on them. Somehow, I know I am magical that way. But let's get onto this nice backcountry road here and go across the Austrian landscape here. As far as I know, this has been all redone. Well, of course, with the Austria rework that came out, I guess, a little bit ago. It is just a lovely, lovely area indeed. And it's nice to kind of go across the country here, and hopefully it doesn't rain on us. I mean, the clouds look a little ominous, to be honest. But we're just going to hope that the weather holds out and we enjoy a nice delivery. And if it does rain a little bit, oh, well, that's perfectly fine. We are in the kind of land of the Alps to a certain degree. We're definitely lots of mountainous areas, so weather can be a bit of a well, surprise at times, let's just say. Roll over the mountains and sit in the valleys a little bit. Sometimes the weather will do that. Let's try and navigate our way here without rolling over. We've got a lot of weight on us as far as I know. Let's see if I can do this. Yes, nearly 48,000 pounds worth of gasoline. So it's definitely a hefty, definitely a hefty delivery, that's for sure. I got a lot of mass to it. And this ownable fuel tanker, once again, I haven't used it in ETS2 because I haven't done enough deliveries in ETS2 with recent updates. Oh man, really bogging down the truck here a little bit. Come on, Scania, you can do it. Fairly, well, obviously big engine in it. It is the 730, which is the 130 horsepower engine as far as I know, and I'm pretty sure that correlates with JC Amateurs as well. I'm pretty sure I selected that horsepower value, so we should be good there. But actually, let's use some engine brake here just so we can listen to this engine mod a little bit more. Ah, yes, the gurgle. I remember that from the first time I used it. That's one of the main things I remembered was that engine brake was just such a deep gurgle. That's the best way for me to describe it. It's probably pretty bad, but, you know, it's the way it is. The way it is indeed. 1.47 is on the horizon now for ETS2, which is really sad if in a way for me to say, because as I mentioned earlier on in this video, I really haven't done anything in 1.46. So it's pretty bad for me to say that, but you know, we're here now, that's all that matters, and 1.47 is now kind of in the books for talking here. We've had a blog post about the ownable gas cistern trailers that will be coming to both ETS2 and ATS. And for those who are confused how that will be integrated in, well, if you haven't seen my Prime News, I'd highly recommend checking that out because I did go over some of the information there. But in a nutshell, those are used for hauling very hazardous materials or kind of gases, really, such as propane and ethane and stuff like that. So it's going to be really just a giant propane tank on wheels, kind of different to this in some respects, but it's going to be kind of a cool introduction there, and just really expand the trailer fleet there. I'm struggling to speak a little bit today. Back in ETS2 for the first time, I'm trying to get everything back in my clicking with my brain of driving these cab over trucks and navigating this area, and to be honest, recalling all the ETS2 information. ATS has been really easy because we've had so much new stuff fairly constantly, and I've been doing, well, more coverage on all the ATS stuff, so it makes it a lot easier for me to do that coverage and recall information. And then we come over here to ETS2 for the first time in, well, what feels like a millennium, and well, a lot has changed. We've had quite a lot of news in that time as well, and I'm just trying to make sure I get all my facts straight. So I do apologize if there's some little rough edges on the commentary throughout it, but really, it's just nice to catch back up, be back here in ETS2 and kind of get really the swing of things back going on the channel. I really want to make sure there's a better balance between the different simulation games that I like to cover. And also, I'm just every here and there, I've actually got a video or so that should be hopefully going up soon on Prime Plus. I've already got, of course, one out there, but there'll be hopefully more coming as well. Prime Clips channel, I've got more kind of scheduled to release there, and the occasional shorts are kind of the couple times a week ish. It'll be kind of flexible shorts on the main channel, just for little highlights of what we do here. Seems to be going over very well. Thank you guys so much for the support on that one. Everyone on the community post seemed to agree that a few more moments would be kind of nice, and you guys seem to be really enjoying those shorts, and then they're doing really well. So I do thank you guys so much for that. Thank you for all the new people joining in. Welcome to the Prime Timer family. The Prime Timer community is a lovely space here. Lots of amazing people, and if you aren't part of the Discord, I don't like to plug, but I will say check that out. Lots of people over there, and I will be doing convoys again at some point. I'm sorry, it's been such a long time since I've done that. I will be doing them again soon. It's just a matter of getting stuff set up for that, but I will be doing them again very soon. It's just a matter of time. But if you want to have a possibility of joining in on my convoys that I'd be doing during for a recording, check out the multiplayer section there, and maybe you can, you know, talk with some other people in those channels. Learn about, there's multiple channels in there for ATS and ETS2, other ones like that. Whatever you do fancy, lots of amazing people in there, and lots of people that are willing to help with issues as well. If you're having problems within your game, lots of people there for helping to troubleshoot. But it's amazing to see where the channel has come to. Even over 2022, it was an amazing year, and I can't wait for 2023. We are on a severe upward trend here, hopefully with quality as well on my end, and there's a lot of cool stuff that I have planned for this year, and things that and other goals as well. And we can only know how far we can go, but I guess let me rephrase that. I have no idea what I was trying to say there. We don't know how far we can get, but we can definitely set goals and try and get there. And it's going to be really cool to see how it goes. And I can only control so much, but thank you to you guys for really supporting the channel through some ups and downs of, well, consistency, let's just say that. And to be honest, consistency is normally key, but unfortunately with my ability to get stuff out constantly, it's a little bit more fluctuating. But I think we're starting off the new year a bit better here, and hopefully, didn't want to go cinematic cam. Come on, go cinematic. There we go. Hopefully we can move on quite nicely. Really twisty road through here. I knew it was going to be a really nice scenic delivery, which it is turning out to be. A very, very nice indeed. Nice woodland area here. Oh, and look at this scenery right here. Now this is what I was hoping for. Look at that. Oh, stay on the proper side of the road here, Prime. Drive much? Gee whiz. This is kind of what I wanted to see. These nicer areas of ETS2. Once again, kind of explore the non-highway sections. Always quite nice. The highway sections are great as well, but it is good to go back into some of the other areas and just, well, enjoy ETS2 for the, well, smaller things in life. You know, the small things count as well. A lot of people have been DMing me and asking me, and I've noticed in some of the comments as well, especially on the Prime Logistics videos, when is Prime Logistics coming back for both ATS and ETS2? Well, that's a very good question. That's something that, to be honest, is in my plans for this year. Kind of to restart the series or something, or continue them. I don't know. I still have the saves, obviously, but they're so far behind in updates that when I'd open them, it would have a field day on updating that. But to be honest, I don't really know. The showcases are really nice in the sense that there's more flexibility with it, but I try and have it as realistic as I can, but obviously you guys have seen, it doesn't really have much of a story, doesn't have a storyline. And for those who are new, well, Prime Logistics is a proper survival, I guess you could say, or campaign mode of ATS and ETS2. But ATS Showcases is pretty much just I have unlimited money and I can go wherever I want and, you know, just try out different things. Great in its own sense, but it doesn't have that same, well, storyline behind it. We can go get some brake in here. Now, what's this truck doing? He's turning. We'll give him plenty of room. We don't want to be taken out. Man, busy spot here. Bus, you gonna let me go, or am I just gonna have to wait for the line of traffic here? Well, it looks like after this truck, that's the end of it. Can't really see over that hill. We're gonna leave them be with that tractor. That's a nice tractor, by the way. Very nice tractor indeed. Looks like we got a break in traffic. So let's go ahead and pull out of here and get going. Looks like we're into the slight older section of ETS2. You can kind of tell as we approach this intersection the difference in kind of quality around here. As far as I can tell, hit my mouse there, unfortunately. It appears as if we're kind of getting into the older areas-ish. At least that intersection didn't really seem as, well, up to current ETS2 standards. But let's get over here so we don't take the wrong exit. And we should be approaching Prague quite soon, because once we got off that road, we were basically in Prague, which it appears as if going off the GPS, we are. Yes, we are. So let's go ahead and get back over in the right-hand lane here. Hopefully don't take anyone out. And we should try and finish this delivery. Now, luckily, it should be quite easy for me to reverse this thing, because unlike ATS in many respects, reversing in ETS2 is generally a lot easier. I don't know why I didn't want to go to the exterior view there, unless my buttons having issues on my wheel, which is a possibility. These wheelbases are so much nicer, and I actually have to get into the left lane. I should have probably planned that one out a bit better, shouldn't I? Hard on the brakes, I guess not too hard. Good brakes in the Scania, which is always good. And so let's see if we got to make a left right here. So it is the green light, and looks like traffic's nice and clear on the other side. So assuming the AI don't do anything crazy, we should be good to go. And it looks like then we'll have to migrate over to the right lane here. And we'll come around the corner. It looks like our delivery point is on the right-hand side. And hopefully, as I've just kind of said, unless if I've jinxed myself, hopefully the delivery point isn't too hard for driving in or reversing. But knowing my luck, it'll be tucked in a corner really out of the way. Now, where do I... Oh, it's just right there. Well, that's not hard at all. So let's just swing around here and get this thing kind of lined up a bit better. I don't know if I can really see where I'm going here quite yet. There we go. Let's reverse up into the spot here. Yes, it rotates a lot. I don't know if I've got actually... I don't think there's a steerable axle on this trailer, but it's so short compared to the American Truck Simulator stuff, in which I've been more used to recently. There we go. Not too bad at all. A little bit on the left-hand side of the parking spot, but it's not too bad. I want exterior view, Prime. There you go. Get your buttons sorted there, dude. And there we go. Another delivery in ETS2 complete. It is great to be back in ETS2. And I've got lots of cool stuff for ETS2 coming. Don't you worry about that. There'll be a better blend now between ATS and ETS2. That is my goal. Unless if something crazy happens with a release on either party, then of course the kind of ratio will skew there, but that's the way it is. Honestly, I can only control so much, but nonetheless, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.